These bikers are all veterans of the U.S. Armed Forces. Some have served for 20 years, others less, but they are a band of brothers who've traded war zones for Virginia roads. James Sawyer is a former Marine who served 4 tours in Afghanistan. Grump is a bomb disposal expert who was seriously wounded in the Kapisa province. Like them, more than 800,000 U.S. troops have been deployed to Afghanistan over the past 20 years. Riding together reminds them of the camaraderie of the Army.
Yo, hey, this song started playing when we was riding, and the chorus just sets it off.
Since Joe Biden announced a full withdrawal of U.S. troops from Afghanistan back in April, Kabul and most of the country have fallen to the Taliban. For Sawyer, the withdrawal was a mistake, especially when it comes to fighting terrorism.
I don't think the job's ever going to be done. And my concern, one of the reasons I did what I did for 20 years is to stop that and prevent it from spreading any further. So I definitely could see it gaining steam and taking over the country of Afghanistan and then pushing even outside of it.
He was already serving when terrorists attacked the U.S. on September 11, 2001, a life-changing event for him, like for many Americans. He believes this war was unavoidable.
We had to do it. I mean, I think if we didn't, it would have been much worse. Even the attacks here on the United States, on September 11th and the other things that have happened, if we did not take action, potentially who knows what else could have happened. Are we ever going to stop everything? No. The loss of my friends and the loss of my Marines that I had over there, every single one of us knew exactly what we were getting into. Every single one of us knew the sacrifice. Do I wish they were here? Absolutely, I wish they were here. Do I ask myself many times, why not me? Yeah, all the time.
More than 2,300 U.S. military personnel have died in Afghanistan since the beginning of the war in 2001. Risa Debler is a Gold Star mother. Her only child, Staff Sergeant Clay Bowen, was killed in the line of duty.
He decided when he was in hhigh school to go into the military. He told me one day, he said, I made a decision. I went to see the recruiter. I said, oh, okay. And then he chose infantry, and I'm thinking, why did you choose infantry?
Infantrymen engage in ground combat on foot, often on the front lines, making it one of the most exposed jobs in the military. This is where Bowen grew up, a room frozen in time.
In their dark red maroon beret, they all look so nice, and they hold themselves so proud. Oh yeah, I loved him in the uniform.
Bowen was killed in 2009 in Paktika province near the Pakistani border. He and his battalion were patrolling when their vehicle hit a roadside bomb. He was 29 years old. For his mother, it's hard to find meaning in a 20-year-long war.
I know so many people are angry about it. Why are we there? Nothing's changed. Everybody's got different opinions, and it's too bad that it happened. No one ever thought it would have gone on this long. 20 years, and so many killed. And I have said to myself, I never thought 9/11 would kill my son.
Bowen is buried at the Fort Sam Houston Cemetery near San Antonio. His mother visits his grave regularly. Despite her pain, she feels her son did his duty.
No, I don't think it was all for nothing. It's always been fight for your freedom, so that's about all I know, It is what it is. It had to be done, at least going to war.
You've paid the highest price for your country?
I think he did, yes. And the people who loved him paid a high price, too.
While a majority of Americans were in favor of leaving Afghanistan, recent polls also show a majority criticizing Biden's handling of the pullout. In Congress, both Democrats and Republicans are now worried about the fate of Afghans who worked with the U.S. for years and were left behind.
America is going to debate this, our longest war. We're going to debate it for decades to come. We're going to talk about the mistakes, we're going to talk about the successes, but one thing we know to be true is that in the next couple of months, we have an opportunity to find some honor by doing the right thing and standing by people whose service and loyalty to this country cannot be questioned.
Democrat Jason Crow criticized the execution of the withdrawal, but insists it was the right decision.
Do I think it was too early? No, I supported the administration's decision to withdraw. We've been at war for 20 years in Afghanistan. I've been there twice in a combat capacity as a soldier. If there was a military solution to this, we would have found it a long time ago.
With no military or diplomatic presence after August 31st, the U.S. will have to count on the cooperation of the Taliban in order to live up to its commitment to get all Americans and Afghan allies out of Afghanistan.